Hey guys, back again. Like I said, I've pretty much just started up Minecraft again and started recording. Um, what I am going to do, instead of using this kerosene to um, make the liquid compressor and finish off the pneumatic raft, I am actually going to go through creating the agricraft farming station because I haven't actually done that on camera yet. I believe we've got two or three of them. Two of them, I think, at the moment. We'll be making a third. And they're very expensive, and I think I keep saying they're very expensive, but it might not just sink in how involved the process is unless you actually see it instead of me just talking about it. So I figured I would go through that whole process on camera. It's going to be very long and very boring, but you're going to put up with it because I'm entertaining, damn it. And yeah, we'll go through that, and then if I've got some more time, probably won't, but yeah, we might be able to make the liquid compressor and start setting up the pneumatic raft stuff. At least place a few blocks and stuff. I don't know if I want to get the whole thing set up right now. It's looking pretty late already, and I don't want to make like a 2-hour video or anything. But the good thing about the agricraft farming station is that we will then use that downstairs, and we will get our diesel generator running 24/7, which will then allow us to pipe a continuous supply of power to the laser drill and actually get that running. I know with the effects and stuff, it kind of looks like it's running, but it's not. I'm actually quite surprised that those effects are going, even though it's got no power currently going towards it. But yeah. So let's have a look at what we need. So the agricraft farming station requires a normal farming station surrounded by farming base modules. Now, the normal farming station isn't that hard to make. The main thing to make is these farming base modules, and then if you remember, the agricraft farming station takes modules within the system to determine it's not down on the soil. Takes these modules to determine what actions the farming station takes. Now I'm actually thinking, because this has a different configuration to what is configured downstairs, because I want this one to upgrade seeds to 10-10-10, but the one downstairs just needs to grow already 10-10-10 seeds. But I have a feeling that if I went and broke some of those plants and stuff downstairs, our seeds are slowly degrading because they're mutating, and because they're 10-10-10, they will mutate to 10-9-10 or something, and slowly going down. I wouldn't be surprised if we're starting to get some low quality ones. So I'm wondering if basically making two 10-10-10 stations downstairs will actually do quite well. Actually, and I just realised that we could be using that wheat maybe for a Gormorillus for the mana for Botania instead of setting up a separate farm for Botania. I keep forgetting about that, all the Botania stuff. I don't know why. I like Botania, and I guess to get too caught up in doing these quest lines and stuff, we've almost finished the Botania one. But yeah, so I want to create the agricraft farming station. I think, yeah, what we'll actually do right now, let's fly down there, even though I'm not particularly comfortable doing this all the time. Yeah, I want to see. The problem is I don't have a seed analyzer anywhere. And this probably has ejected all its seeds. Oh no. So these are unidentified, so it's got no power. Let's make that never active. Let's take these seeds. There is a module that requires a seed analyzer, so it won't be too much of a waste if we create one. So we'll go up, we'll create the seed analyzer. we'll see what level these seeds are at. If they're lower than 10, 10, 10, then I'm definitely converting those two downstairs into 10, 10, 10 stations. The modules that it needs that it will be missing are fairly expensive modules to make, but it should be worth it. I know I need pane of glass. I'm just trying to remember where I might have glass panes. It's not something you use very often. Might be upstairs. I need some wood anyway. Sticks. Right, glass. You got these fancy panes. They should work. We'll try them out. Seed analyzer. Yes, so we need a slab, which I'm assuming we don't actually have any on us. Let's make one. Yeah. Yep, the slabs that we need. Yeah, what's that? No, it doesn't work. What we can try is chiseling that back to a normal glass pane. Do one of them. Maybe I've just got the recipe wrong. Right, there we go. Right, I'll put one of these down up here. Seeds there. No, they're 10, 10, 10s. Awesome. Okay, we can go with the cheaper version then. I was just getting a bit paranoid, I guess. Yeah, let's put the seeds back down, and then I can grab them out to give half of them to the new system, you know. Put it in. So what I've done here is I've put ghast seeds in. You might notice they are not wheat seeds. And what I've done is I used to have a seed ejecting module in here, so that because I need the seeds, so you have seed harvesting to actually grab the seeds, and then seed ejecting so that it actually sends the seeds down the item conduits. But what was happening is it kept running out of its own seeds, and it was running really slow because it wouldn't have any seeds to plant because it would keep chucking them down the conduit. So I took out the seed module, and instead I decided to check and see if any overflow seeds go down the item conduits, and they do. So you can see the 4 conduit quadrants of the planter are set to wheat seeds, but we only have 1 stack of wheat seeds here. So as soon as that gets above 64, it starts flushing them out the system. So if I didn't have these ghast seeds, it would have to fill up the entire thing with stacks of wheat seeds, which yeah, with those gas seeds, it can't do anything with them because we're telling it only to plant wheat seeds. And because we're not actually inputting any more gas seeds, they won't overflow and actually come out the system. So we can safely, we've basically just blocked the seed storage off from like 16 stacks down to one stack, which should, yeah, makes it a lot quicker to get to a seed positive kind of farming situation where we're actually getting power out of it. So yeah, basically we're going to copy this one. Actually, let's have a look. So we've got a breeding module and a seed harvesting module. So I think those two are fairly cheap actually, so we should be good. So we want to create a farming station plus those breeding module and seed harvesting module. So if we have a look back at the farming station, now let's go step by step. Let's make this first. So we need a steel hoe, pulsating crystals, which I believe are just the diamond ones. Yes. So to create the steel hoe, we need 2 steel, and we need the diamonds. We should have ender pearls and yeah. Right, so up here, 16 of that. For those, let's make the steel hoe. We need some kind of zombie chip, don't we? Z logic controller. Probably need to start farming for some more zombie heads soon. I've probably used about 60 or 70 zombie heads in total so far. Right, we want 1 redstone, we want 2 silicon. I know this one off by heart because man, I've done it so many times. 2 solarium. Alright, that should be it. What I do want to maybe look into, let's not mess up our anyway, is the travel anchors by Ender.io. So, have we got everything we need? Oh, there's one machine thing down. We have my machine things. I must have put them up. Yeah, Ender.io has travel anchors, which are basically like teleport pads. So they will be handy to put at all the areas that we travel to, like putting one over by the mob system and then putting one in that building over there. And then we can just kind of teleport around instead of having to constantly move around and stuff. It's, here's some I prepared earlier. It really, really helps cut down on the speed that it takes you to actually do things. So this is a nice thing about preparing lots and lots of stuff when you only need a couple, is that when you need more of it, you've already got that more because you've already created it. Now those machine frames are destined for this, so we'll chuck those here. Right. So we've got the farming station for the middle, we need these farming base modules. Now, we need capacitor line housing plates. I'm just wondering, do I make 32? No, I need to make 64, right? So I'll probably need to make 128. So I'll make 128 of these things. So these are the only things that require these organic capacitor gels and shells. So if we're going to make 128, we need 256 of the shells and 128 of the gels. So you can see how tedious this can be if you don't have plants that are actually growing all this stuff. And I don't know if I've actually been here and shown you how insane this is at the moment. Look how many octadics we've got. This is just crazy. We're not going to run out now. I don't believe we can actually just turn that off. Did I grab it? Yes, I did. We'll probably just remove all the power and stuff. I don't think there's an easy way to do I just have a lever on me that I can quickly use? I should have one lever. No, not the wireless lever. Let's just use that then. This should say getting a signal, yes. Because to me, yeah, I've already got enough. I don't need any more than that. And to me, it just seems so wasteful coming back and it's overflowing and stuff. So what I'll do is I'll pack up this power generation. I can use it in another place. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Right, we've run out of room. There we go. I don't need any of the capacitors at the moment, so we'll leave those. So yeah, where do we want to set this up? Let's go set it up in my room of crafting mansion. Let's put it in here. I just don't want to be carrying all this stuff because I'm already carrying all the other stuff. So that means we need 6 stacks of conductive iron and 6 stacks of electrical steel, which, let me tell you, if we were actually creating that in the alloy smelter, that's probably like a couple of hours. Oop. Now it's just a couple of minutes. Right now, let's run away. No, no. There should have enough room. Is it be the top, right? Yep. So this is by far not that much of a ridiculous thing to make, right? This let's just put all of those up here for now. The main thing is just that electrical steel and conductive steel take a long time to craft, or a long time to process in the alloy smelter. So that's what makes them annoying. There are other things that take way more resources and way more steps than these farming stations do. So now that we've got those, let's set up this. So now we need 32 crop sticks in there. And what I'll do is I'll drop off the conductive iron and the electrical steel. I'll just remember to grab some out of there if we need some. And I got my power, so it's just built. The trees have all grown up. Now, see, I've set this as two for the oak wood, one for saplings, one for apples, but one of the oak wood just wasn't filling up. And I was like, why the hell not? And it actually randomly came to me last night. As I was lying in bed, just wasn't even thinking about it, it just flashed into my mind. It's because I have a void upgrade. So it's not overflowing into the other one because it's just voiding the excess from that first drawer that it's using. So yeah, you can't do it that way. So I gotta think about it. I'll probably just add a couple more upgrades so it can hold a bit more, and then yeah, maybe try putting a switch on it or something to so that the yeah, actually they did do 3 farming stations, but that's just the normal farming station, the one we've already created so far this episode. Whoops, did not mean to go through that. I wanted to go stand up on this. Yeah, the farming station in there is just a normal one, it's not the agricraft farming station. Because it's growing saplings, and saplings aren't any different with agricraft. Right, now we need 32 of those there. We'll drop the rest of these off. Now the next thing we need is these things. So they're machine chassis surrounded in iron. So you get 8 of them for it. So we have 4, but I'm willing to bet we'll have 4 left over anyway after this craft. So we need 30, we need 60 more, yeah, 64, so we need 4, 8 machine frames. I need some iron. Yeah, so that I'm still going to be left with 4 left over. But now we've got 32 of those things. I believe this needs to be done in the QED. Where's my farming station gone? Right there. Right, now that that's actually going, we can now search for the breeding module, which is this one. So that's one of these farming base modules and 2 crop sticks. I believe this creates 2 crop sticks. Got that, and seed, what was it, seed harvesting module? Yeah. So we need a diamond hoe, farming module, and then some type of seed. So let's what kind of seeds have we got still that we can make? Yeah, heaps of these seeds. Some of those plants I've got heaps of seeds from for when I was doing the crossbreeding to mutate into the different plants. Should actually calculate how many slime crystals I need for the awesome. To do lily pads of fertility for the whole garden, and then just leave it going until I get to that, and then do the same for the creepers and the things. So I can just get it done in one shot. It'll probably be like 10 stacks of lily pads of fertility, but yeah, I'm okay with that. Right. Put this down. It didn't actually take that long. Was that like 30 minutes, 40 minutes maybe? Module. Let's go never active because I don't want it to start going before I'm ready for it to. Now what I need to do is I need to put a hoe in there and I need to fill it up with crop sticks. I believe fertilizer works. Bone meal and stuff. I've got so much bone meal. I just need to yeah, I wonder, because you can only do 1 channel per thing of this, right? So if we go to items, you know, you can, or maybe you can do multiple. It kind of looks like you can do multiple. Might, yeah, look, I mean, so this one's wood, but I'm thinking I'll take that crafter and I'll actually put it up by the farming station, and then the wood channel will then turn into the crop stick channel, and then we could have a bone meal channel as well. So anything that needs bone meal for fertilizing the plants can use that channel to grab it as well. If we can do that, I mean, that if it works, that will go even faster. And we have got tons, like tens of thousands of bone meal up there. It's actually getting compressed um, into bags of bone meal, so yeah, it should have heaps. What do I need to, other than piping this thing? Let's some pipes. So what I've done is put down a little platform, made sure to put some torches. This should hook up. Yeah, I think I'll want to do the yeah, change the crop sticks over and stuff. Just having a think about that. Let's see what the config is here, and we'll just copy that for now. So in and out, insert on blue, extract on green. What you can do is there's a thing called a conduit probe. You actually get them from the loot bags, and if I could be bothered, I would go grab one, but I can't be bothered. So what that is you can use it to copy settings from one conduit to another. So I could have used the conduit probe to store the settings from that one, and then to apply those settings to this one. If I was doing a whole lot of them, like for the garden for all those harvesters, it's probably a good idea to do that. Actually, I've just realised that I've gone and landed on a platform that won't let me. Oh no, I think I'm flying. Yeah, I was gonna say because it's too high, I won't be able to jump. Do the double jump to start flying, but I think we're good. We can do that. Yes. Yeah, if we can send the wheat to a Gormorillus, probably have a couple of Gormorilluses, and then those Lunium flowers to spawn dungeon loot, and hopefully that gives us those structures that certain people seem to love so much, and we can use those, and yeah, might even be some cool loot in those structures, I don't know. Might even be some cool loot from the Lunium seeds without considering the structures. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, the problem is, as soon as I start sending wood back through that wood channel, it's just going to eat through all my wood and just make crop sticks for days. So I've been trying to figure out a way to not have that happen. Yeah, remember the current item in internal and external buffer. What happens if we okay. 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 So we're not holding anything sufficiently useless in here. Yeah, here, let's use some umber stone. this. So because it's holding it up with understone, it can only craft there, so that's kind of gimping it a little bit there, which is nice. So that extracts on blue, so that's pulling those, and that extracts on blue. And that pulls in on green. I think if we push crop sticks to this, it can overflow with crop sticks. That's the problem. So we can't, like, there's a lot of machines that you can manage by just, see, I want some of that sugar cane. Sugar cane is used for sugar, and we've got lots of wheat, so we'll just fill that up with wheat instead. So stack all the sugar cane and greedy. Yeah, some machines, like a compactor, just won't take, if it's full, it just won't take any input or whatever, but it looks like the farming station will just keep taking crop sticks, so this thing will keep pushing crop sticks. It will keep just taking them and then pushing them out again, and then they get pushed into here. So then this thing fills up with crop sticks because this thing just crafts them so quick, and because we've got like 7,000 wood available for it to start crafting, it would just go nuts. Fill this up, everything just gets clogged up, this thing starts losing seeds, etc, etc. It's just not a good time. So I need to be able to stop this thing from crafting when we don't need any more. Yeah, I might have to kind of look this up and research a bit, do some searching to see how we're going to do it. What I'm thinking is, because these have send and receive buffers, I'm wondering if we can use a redstone comparator. Hang on, let's see if we can figure this out ourselves. So we can use a redstone comparator against a chest or a hopper, and that will, the strength of that signal for the redstone depends on how many items are in that chest or hopper. So if we have a chest that's feeding crop sticks into this thing, and this thing only gets crop sticks when the farming station requests them, if it can work that way, then we can set this up to only craft when we get a signal from the comparator saying that the chest is empty and we need to craft, and then once it's crafted those and pushed those into the chest, that signal will then turn off, then turning off the crafter. So we should be able to do it on this end. I probably want to move this out of here just to gain a bit of space to do it. Right, let's... I just busted some of my stuff, didn't I? Just crop sticks, I think. Now, some of you with a keen eye might have noticed that when you break conduits, it's not, there's a picture that shows, if you can see it. It's a GIF, it's a He-Man GIF, I'm pretty sure it's He-Man. It's a pretty famous GIF on the internet. Please don't pop all the items out. Yes. Hopefully that means that when I put it down it's still configured. And let's just move you because you're probably in the way. And put you over there. Right. Let's do this over here. So I can do it big, and then what I can do is compact it down once I know that I've got the logic right. I might need another chest. Just a normal little chest. Leave the diamond one there. So I'm trying to speak up, but you know, when I get into my thought processes, I'm not used to actually anyone else being in on those thought processes. So I tend to mumble to myself. I'm sure my co-workers think I'm crazy. So we've got, at the moment we've got it that the raw wood's coming through there, and it's going to go to the crafter. The crafter's going to turn it into crop sticks, which is then going to be in this chest. We'll put the chest there, which means let's put the crafter right there. So crafter to that. This does require power, but it's got a fairly decent buffer. So that's insert. Yeah, so this is extract. Let's extract with signal. Actually, that one can be always on. This one can be extract with signal. So that means that we can remove that one, and we'll put this one across. Because I was thinking of doing the redstone logic on that connection, but we don't need to. If we do it on this one here, we should have just as much control. Yeah, so that's active with signal. This is insert. We need a comparator, which, let's see if we're super lucky and we've got all the things we need on us. Yes, this is a recipe I can remember off the top of my head. At least I hope I can. It'll be quite embarrassing if it doesn't work. 1, 2, 3, 6. And I guess we just have no redstone on us. Come on. We got blocks and blocks of the stuff here. Telling me I'm not carrying any of it on me? No, of course not. Luckily, there's thousands of it just upstairs. What are we up to? 4,000's coming. Can we just grab one? Yeah. Let's grab another one actually. Okay, I have to grab it from the label. Alright. This is very exciting for me if this works. Make me look pro. Not this, not the crafting of a comparator, but the whole the whole logic and things. I mean, it's a fairly basic idea. I can't believe it took me. So we can change this. Where is my... I believe some of the other tools can do that, but you can rotate these redstone things with the... So now that should... When this has... Let's grab out a couple of... Yeah. What? Power of 1. So it needs a strong signal. So when do we get a strong signal? So 2 gets us power of 2. I don't know how we can amplify that. I suppose it doesn't matter after the initial buffer. So it's just active with signal. I know there are some machines where it's like low signal, high signal. So that's a power of 1. So you want active without signal. We want always active. Is this configured still? Yep. And that's configured still. Let's put this dirt away. Right. Now, what we need to do along with getting some dang power in here is did I right. Send wood. That should start sending wood. Never active. We need to put a filter on here. I'm sure. I suppose I can't get to it from here. Dang it. It's always annoying when you... Oh no, we did. Why is that still... If we take that out... Okay, we just didn't take the stuff out of the buffer. Right, so that should just send wood. Yes, it's sending wood. Now if we go always active, now that is sending wood. Please don't waste all my wood. This is definitely going to be another hour-long episode. Hopefully it's interesting. There we go, we're starting to get crop sticks. Now this crafter, that buffer should start to fill up. So let's see if we got this right. Got a power level of 1 there, still power level of 0 there. Still power level of 0. Maybe after this stack. There must be a way to manipulate it. Right, there we go, got power level of 1. And the buffer's filling up because we've turned off the pipe. And it will sit at that much. Which, yeah, I'm okay with that. At least it's not, you know, as soon as this fills up, these should get to 64, 64. Probably should remember the sticks. I'm sure I told it to remember. Keep one item in the inventory slot. That's what I told it to do. But it's not. Oh well, we'll just keep an eye on it and see if we get any problems. But you can see it's finished filling up this, so it can't craft anymore, but it goes in a list, right? So it's like, okay, I'll just craft sticks then. Now it's got no more room for sticks. Okay, I'll just craft oak wood planks. And then once it's finished crafting these oak wood planks, it'll go, okay, I can't craft anything. And then the oak wood from this is coming through. And it will fill up both of those. And then we're good. And it's just going to sit there. Awesome. So now if we just pipe that through, put that in on the blue channel, so that it goes into the Agricraft farming stations. The farming stations will then basically request the crop sticks, hopefully, and we won't build up too much of a buffer. What we might do is, on this chest we can set up a blacklist for, or set up a whitelist for wheat on this chest. Everything else gets pumped back into this chest, so anything that gets pumped back goes back towards filling up the buffer. So yeah, that's something we can do quickly. Everything should be offline, so we shouldn't need to worry about. And so this was, let's make that just insert. And that should insert whitelist. Take that. We can take that one. Let's join them up. So this will be in and out. Insert on blue. Extract on blue. No. Does this extract on blue? Damn it. Get under here. Please. I think this is just one stick as well. Yeah. It's just insert on blue, extract on green. Right, if we're extracting on green, let's insert on brown. Are we using brown? We're just using blue, right? And then this is purple. Yeah, there's the light blue. And take that out. Yeah. So we'll set both of these to going on brown. Now, the reason I'm changing these is that we're already using green to insert into these things. Right. No, you can see. So we've got green arrows going into there. So we're already using green for this system for the wheat. Now, I don't want to get that all mixed up. If we're whitelisting the wheat to insert there, but then we're actually extracting the wheat, then the wheat can still muddy up the system. So if we do this, insert on brown, extract on blue. So blue, pulling blue is going into the system, right? These should be insert on blue. Yeah. So this should insert crop sticks into the system. The other thing we could possibly do is, yeah, the bone meal at a later date. And then extract on brown. Actually, let's not close this up because we'll go change the other one to this whole. Extract on brown. Cobble. Right, brown goes into there, green goes out into there, blue goes in there. I think it's good. What we need is the whitelist, and then this is high priority. So a whitelist here. What we need is wood. And some paper. Man, there is so much quartz in this system, I really need to sort that out. First of all, it can be compressed into quartz blocks. Probably got a whole bunch of those sitting around somewhere. Right, item filter. Whitelist. Wheat. So we should be good. We just need a hoe for there. Problem is, you make any of the basic hoes and they've set them to 0 durability in this system. I believe you can't just make electrical steel one. No. Dark steel. No. Magnesium, carbon. Osmium's probably. I've done the osmium. Some lead. I don't think, at least this one hasn't used any durability on the cobalt mattock that I just chucked in there. I wonder if I take that out. Go always active. No power. I wonder if it's going to complain. Always active. Right, seeds. We want to take seeds, do something here, fill this up. Right. Now, power. I don't know what I'll do. Now, free output. Let's leave that down. We get steal the other one that's got less amounts of power. I'm hoping, put all that plant oil in there, we'll hook all these pipes back up and that diesel generator will just start humming and we won't actually start losing power out of this capacitor. Let's let's just chuck this right there because I say so. Now it's taking power. Start sucking it through. Now this should actually be now always active. Let's put these pipes back together. It should immediately start sucking that in. We should start immediately making biodiesel. Yep, should immediately start our power. 17,000 hours per tick. That's the way we like it. Right, now we don't have power here because we knocked out one of the power. So let's just type that through there. There we go. No crop sticks, you fool, you should be able to get crop sticks. Why can't you get crop sticks? Whoops. Damn it, these things. Oh, did it. Extract always active. On blue. Let's disable that one. It should be right, this should be in and out. Is this one in and out? Probably not. Come on. Great, they're both going, we're getting massive amounts of power. See, the crop sticks are coming out and they're getting replaced immediately from the craft, but we're not doing terrible amounts. We need more sprinklers and stuff, but they're both going, and yeah, this is complaining about no hose. So I'll craft one of those up, but you can see we are now got a constant stream of power from this thing. Beautiful. This means that I will then hook the laser drill up and get that sucking out the power, because yeah, we're making 23,000 RF per tick surplus at the moment. This is very awesome. Finally, there you go. For all the people that wanted it. We've got constant diesel generator. That's awesome. Got to sort out the solution and didn't need to look it up or anything. That's always nice. Can figure it out on your own. So yeah, I will create another Madoc for the other farming station. I'll probably create some more sprinklers so that they all help to give it extra speed. I will set power up on the laser drill so that we can actually use some of this, and I will replace this capacitor bank with the other empty one so we can start filling that one up, and we'll probably set up a big bank of them over here. I can probably make a lot of them if I want to. They require dark steel, so probably steel seeds and dark steel seeds will be the next two that I will do, and we'll get those going so that I can just have as much dark steel and steel as I need. And yeah, we'll be able to have the next episode with the pneumaticraft and hopefully be able to show you the laser drill going and some of the fruits of that labour. Um, it's very, very slow. I think it gets one ore every 20 seconds or something, but basically you're getting this ore for free. So, well, I mean, it costs a lot of power, but yeah. Normally, you can get any ore in the game, I believe, but we can get a limited amount. But we can still get some ores that way that we want, and especially with the filters, and you can check what kind of color you want. So it's still very handy to have, and you can just set it up and let it go, and it can grab stuff. And the one way it's superior to the mechanism digital miner is that the digital miner mines only ores that actually exist around it, and once it's cleaned up all those ores you have to move it to another spot, whereas the laser drill is basically generating them itself. You just set it up in one spot, let it go, and it will just generate infinite ores for you. So yeah, hopefully we can get some good stuff out of it. There's nothing I'm expecting to get. Like, I can't think of anything that I'm like, oh, I hope we can get some of this or anything like that. We've been pretty well set with the sieve, and anything extra I've needed, like salt and stuff, I've just gone to the nether and gone down into the area, and there's been heaps of exposed ores that I've been able to harvest for that sort of stuff. But we'll see. It's not something I've used before, so it'll be interesting to see what we can actually get come out of it. I'm just really happy with that diesel generator. What's the refinery looking like? Ooh, actually, see, we've gone full on the ethanol again, but we're still back to waiting for seeds. I wonder, can we pick this up? This thing doesn't have a UI. I'm wondering, can we just place this on top here? Is that actually picking it up? We wanted to place it on top. No, that's, I think, get the root. No, it's the missing one. The hammer. Okay, it looks like it can't actually pull from the... Right, so we've got biodiesel there. Damn it, so... I know what it is. This thing doesn't have a hose, so we're still only using one farming station. Okay. I will go fix all that stuff up, and in the next episode we will finally get the pneumaticraft stuff started, and get through all that. So hopefully this episode has shown you how damn long and boring some of these processes can be. This is by far not the longest or most boring one, but it can give you a bit of a glimpse into the stuff that goes on behind the scenes that I don't necessarily want to show all the time. But I figured, I won't keep you completely in the dark. I'm trying to give you a realistic impression of how going through the mod pack works and all that sort of stuff, and Minecraft in general, modern Minecraft and all that. But we'll leave it here, and I will see you next time.